Hi class, and welcome to EdVantage. I'm Virginia, and today I'm going to be talking to you about formatting your assignments. Now, sometimes instructors will tell you how they would like their papers formatted, but if they don't and you forget to ask, there are certain rules that may be helpful that are really common across all kinds of assignments and instructors, okay? So for homework assignments, you want to print. If you're going to handwrite your assignments, and again, make sure that your teacher is okay with handwritten assignments. If they are, then print. Do not use cursive because cursive is very hard to read. Also, you'll want to skip lines, okay? That way, if your instructor needs to make any comments or corrections, they can do so on those blank lines that you leave for them. Also, the standard heading is usually on the left side of your paper up at the top corner. So make sure that you do that too. And I will show you an example in a minute of what that pertains to. You want to use the margins that are outlined in the paper already. So most notebook paper is going to have a red margin on the left side, and you won't see the red markings on the right side, but they're there behind the paper. So you have to imagine that there's a right and a left margin. And also use black or blue ink. Don't use fancy colored ink because it might be difficult to see. Here's an example of what a heading and formatting would look like. Notice that your name goes up at the top. Your class, sometimes the class isn't as important, but you definitely need the date and the assignment that your teacher assigned to you. And then notice how I put page 10 answers, and then I'm answering in a full sentence. Don't use short words or phrases. Try to write in a complete sentence, and notice that it's printed. And I've skipped a line before I do the second one. So again, this makes it easy to read. Your instructor knows what the assignment is and what they are grading it for, okay? There's the blank paper, and you notice again, on the left side, you see the red margin. On the right, there is one too. Sometimes though you can't see it because it's on the back. So assume it's there and don't write on the other sides of those margins. And the same with the top and the bottom. Kind of leave a little bit of room there. Okay, so again, this is for handwritten assignments. So what do you do if you're writing like a paragraph? Well, there's some things that you need to be aware of too. For example, you need to have the heading again on the top left. So that doesn't change whether you're writing a handwritten assignment or a paragraph typed. Always type. Also, you want to put a title in the center of the paper. And again, you want left and right margins. Now, if you're typing on a computer, your computer automatically can set those margins, and usually they're 1-inch margins. So you can go in and make sure before you even start typing that your paper is formatted with the correct margins and font size and standard font. Okay, so that is all really important, and you can ask for it to be double spaced. So again, you don't have to worry about any of this if your computer is already programmed for that. So again, double spaced, standard font, and your first sentence should be indented. So let's kind of take a look at this one. What's wrong with this? Take a look and see how many mistakes you find in this paragraph. Right, one is the heading. There's just a name. So that's one. The title, yes. Paragraph structure, it should be centered, right? And also look at the font. It's beautiful, but it's not standard. So it can be hard to read. It almost looks like cursive writing, right? So again, that's kind of a problem. Maybe the margins could be a little bit better. They don't look like they're quite 1 inch. So again, those are some things that are wrong. Now it is indented, right? It's indented and it is double spaced, so that's good. But here's how it should probably look. Notice the heading, last and first name, the class, and the date. Then the title is centered in the paper. It's indented, the first line. It's double spaced. And yes, the font is standard font, easy to read. And there's different fonts that you can use as long as it's easy to read. So it could be Calibri, it could be Times Roman. So there's several of them, just as long as they're easy to read. Okay? So hopefully that gives you some idea of how to format your papers when you're going to turn in. But remember, always make sure that you follow your instructor's directions because they may be a little different. Okay? Thank you, and we'll see you at the next video.